Also, whenever you are making the file now, you can change the name from here and rename. Till yesterday we did the list data structure. Now we are going to continue today also with list, and we'll try to complete tuple and dictionary today itself. So we are starting with list. Yesterday what we completed was first was range operator, how we can fetch data, and we did with multiple brackets as well, or multiple lists. Now suppose I have a list. Now I'm making a list. So if I have a variable x1 and I'm making a list with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, I need to do one thing. If I print x1, I'm going to get this list, whole list with that we saved in x1. Suppose I want to replace any single number or any single value from this list. Suppose I plan to remove this 30 with any number. So if I want to remove that 30, what I'll do is x1 with a square bracket. Now, as we saw yesterday, we whenever we are counting the position, we need to start with zeroth position. So this is 0, this is 1, and this is the second position. So we are going to put the second position in this bracket and with equal, and then I can print x1. As you can see here, the value has been changed to 200. So this way we can replace any data, whatever we have stored already, and we want to change that later onwards whenever we save the file. So this way we can replace it. If I want that I should whenever we were fetching yesterday, okay, I'll revise that again. Whenever we were fetching yesterday, what we were doing was we were just simply putting the position of that number. So this is x1, and in the square bracket we were writing the position. Suppose I want to fetch 30 or 20, so 20 is at the first position, and then I can control enter. So this was the value that we were getting. Now if I want that I get some range of numbers, like from 20 to 40, so that way we can use the range operator, as we discussed it yesterday. Like if I have x1, then I can write, okay, with print only x1, and then in the square brackets we can use colon. So whenever we use colon, that means we are, yes.
Diksha, I'm not able to hear you.
Hello, my mic is on.
Yes, yes, ma'am. She's audible.
Is
Yes,
Diksha
yes,
audible to
she's audible.
others?
Okay. Okay. So whenever we want to fetch a series of numbers, like collectively, if we want any result, what we are going to use is range operator. Range operator is of the whenever we want to fetch a series of numbers, we are going to use range operator, which is the colon. So if I want to fetch from 20 to 40, I am going to write 0, 1. So first is the starting index is the first one. So I am planning to fetch till 40. 0, 1, 2, 3. But as we discussed it yesterday, we need to select the last index as one more index. So this is at, so that is why I am getting the result 20, 30, 40. Whenever we are putting the last index, we need to add one more. Then only we are going to get till 40, like whatever desired number. Now we are starting one new topic, which is append function. Append simply means addition.
I want to ask one question in this
Yeah.
range operator. If I want one digit at first position and second digit from fourth position, means
Hmm.
not range, then we
Hmm.
have to print x1 1 and again print x1 4.
No, that way we can put the positions like okay, well, then we cannot use the range operator, because if we want ekdam series wala, then only we are going to use the range operator. But if we want selected values like 10, then 30, and then 40, then we need to put position of each and every value. We need to put the position of every index, then only we are going to fetch that value.
Means separately, for example, x1 1 and then
Hmm.
again x1, then comma 4, or
We can
x1
put,
1 x1.
no, we can put comma if we want in like a single list. But when we did yesterday, we were just fetching each and every value in single line, so we can do that as well.
Comma separated. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So append function is for addition. So whenever we want to add any list, we can use the append function. For example, if I have a list x2, I comma 6, and then if I print, I'm not printing it now. No. Yesterday we saw one example of adding any list into list. What we did was we just put the comma and then we merged those two variables. Um, should I show that example again? Suppose if I did 40, put C is equals to A plus B, and then I print. So this is one way of appending. If we want to merge any two variables, we can do this way. We have one more way, which is if I have this, now I can print. See, in this example, what I did, I have made one variable list with x2. Now I'm making one more variable list named x3, and I am merging x2 with new list. So what happened was the next list which I added has been merged in the x2 list itself. But if I use the append function, so I can do with this only. I'll copy this. Now, if I want to append the function, I can do with x2 dot append. Uh, you can only use dot. Whenever you want to use dot, you need to make sure that that variable is already present. Meaning, if I'm having x2, that needs to be already present in the command. Then only you can use the dot function. So x2 is already present. That is why I'm using x2 dot append. And then what I am going to do is I'm going to make one new list and going to append that list in x2 with a bracket, and then I'm going to make one more list 100 comma 200. Then I can print x2. Now by using append function, what happened was the list has been added as a new list in the x2. But whenever we use the plus sign, what plus sign does is it adds the list in the existing list only, but does not make any new list. But whenever we are using the append function, it is going to make a new list in that list. So we get list inside list like this. Now we are going to use insert function. So for insert as well, what we are going to do, if I have x1 and the list is 10, 20, x1 dot insert. Now I am putting 2 comma a list. So whenever you are inserting or using insert operator, insert, what it does is it inserts that specific list what you want to add in between any position. Like whenever using the append function or whenever I was using the plus function, it was adding the list at the end. But whenever you are using the insert, you can add that list in between of the value already present. So as I have x1 list already made, now I want at the second meaning 0, 1, and this is the 2. So I want that at the second position, I should have this list. Zero, 1, and this is the second position. I have this my list inserted in between the x1 which I already made. So this also works as append. It makes the list fit inside the list. It does not merge all the data inside the list which is already present. It only makes the list available at that position. So this is how insert function works. We can do more examples with insert, like copy this. I want at the 0th position, then print. So at the 0th position, we have got our list, and then the 10th which was present at the 0th position has been shifted to the first position. So we can insert any list inside list by according to our position which we want to fit that into. Also, if we don't want to insert any list, what we can do is, if at the fifth, if at the fourth position, I don't want any list, I just want any number to be added. At the fourth position, I want 5,000 to be added. It has been replaced. As I did not put any list, so 5,000 has been included in the list that was already made in the X1 list. This is how list works. Oh, sorry, insert function works. Now we have delete function. So with delete function, I am using this list again, printing this, and then if I want to delete, suppose the fourth position. So let's count where is the fourth position. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, and the fourth. So fourth is at the at the 50th position. Sorry, 50th value is present at the fourth position. Now, if I want to delete any value, what I'll write is del for delete x1. In the square brackets, we need to write the position from where we want to change. As I wrote here, delete fourth position. So 50 has been removed from the list. And this is the permanent change because we are deleting from the list itself. Whenever we are going to now print x1, we are going to get the list that has been now already updated, which is till 40 only. So this is the permanent deletion which we are doing using del function. If I delete from x1, if I want to delete 20, I can write the position as 1 and then print x1. 20 has been removed from this list and the updated list is 10, 30 and 40. For deleting or removing anything, we can use one more function which is remove function. So how remove function works? This is the list. We can print this. Now to remove, we can use x1 dot remove. Whenever we use the remove function, we directly write the value which we want to remove. Like if I want to remove suppose 30, so whenever I'm using the remove function, we are going to directly put the value that we want to remove from that list. I'm writing here 30 and then print x1. 30 has been directly removed. The difference between delete function and remove function is whenever we are using the delete function, we are going to put the index value, which is the position. And whenever we are using the remove function, we are going to directly put the value which is present in that list that we want to remove. It can be any character, digit, integer, anything. We can directly put that number, digit, or character, and then we can remove that. Now there are some logical operators also which are true and false. We can use these true and false for checking membership. Basically, if we want to see that value is present in the file or not. Suppose you have an Excel sheet, you want to check whether the name list is present in that Excel sheet or not. You can use logical operators, which are true and false, to check the membership, meaning to check the values that are present in that list or not. So whenever we use true and false, uh, like I'll use the same example today. This is X1. Now, if I want to see, if we want to check the membership, what we are going to do is we are going to print, and then if I want to check that in the X1 list 20 is present or not. So I'm going to ask now कि 20 present है या नहीं है. So I'm going to write 20 in X1. The answer is true because 20 is present in the list. If I write print 40 in X1, true because 40 is present in that list. Print 60 in X1. So it is obviously going to give us false because 60 is not present in the list. Now, this is the true statement which we are writing, which is it is present or not, it is present or not, but we can use the cannot function as well. For example, if I write print, as we can see, 50 is present in the list. Now I'm going to change my sentence and write 50 not in X1. Can anyone guess what the result would be if I write 50 not in X1? Simple, false, because 50 is present, right? We can do other way as well. 10 not in X1. It is also going to give us false. So this way we can check the membership and check whether that data or that number or alphabet, character, whatever is present in that file or not by using uh, logical operators. So this is how you check the membership. This was checking membership. Now we are going to start with repeat function. Suppose I have this value only. All we need to do is, if I want that the same numbers or the same data that is present in the list should be repeated, and jitne bhi times I want to repeat, meaning n number of times, if I want to repeat any list, I can do that as well by simply putting the asterisk and the number of times that I want that list to appear. If I write only one here and then print, it is going to give me the same result. But if I put here 2, the list has been doubled. This is the list and this has been doubled. This time I can multiply it any numbers, whatever I want to multiply that list which is already present. Now the find function. Uh, okay, let's first continue with the length. If I have this list, printing the list. Now, if I want to find the length of this, we are going to get long list whenever we are going to do the practical task. Suppose I'm just copying this and increasing the length of the list. This much list we have, this long list we have. Now, if we want to count how many numbers or values are present in this, so we are going to use print len. Len means length. So len of x1, 25. So the 25 values are present in the list. So this way, if we want to count how many numbers or data is present in the list, we can use simply the len function. Now, the index value is basically the position of the value in the list. So if I want to know the index value, what I can do is I can simply put print x1 dot index and then put the number that I want to know at which position that number is present. So if I want to know 40, the value 40, I want to know at what position 40 is present in the list, I can simply put print of x1 dot index of 40. 40 is present at the third position. So 0, 1, 2, and third. So at third position, 40 is present. Likewise, we can get the position of any number we want to find. We want to know 20 ka position. It is at the first position. So this is how we can get to know the index values.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Suppose if we have 42 times
Hmm.
in a different positions, how do we get to know, like in which all positions is the 40 number present?
Okay. So we can use count function as well, but let's try the error that we get. Okay, so basically, what happens whenever we are using the index function and we have the same number or the value several times, whenever it is appearing several times, it is going to just give us the result of the first value, meaning the first 40 is at the third position. That is why it is giving us the fourth position, but it is giving us the third result. Like if we count from 0, 1 to 3, and the last or the that are present after that 40, it is not going to count. It is just going to fetch us the first value that is present at that position. Now we can use the count function. X1 dot count 40. So 40 is appearing in total 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the count function, we can see if there are repeated numbers, we can count them by using count numbers. Now, there is clear function as well. If we want to empty the list directly, we can simply write x1 dot clear simple empty bracket, and we can write clear dot x1 dot clear of. I should not delete. I'm going to send you the file. Okay, so basically, if you want to empty the any list, you can write the list name and clear off. So that is going to delete the whole list. Now I'm creating one new list with 34, 35, 32, 33, 31, 31, 32. Okay. So I have this list right now. Then I can print. Now suppose these are all jumbled numbers and I want them to be sorted. So if I want them to be sorted in ascending order, I can simply write x1 dot sort off and then print. None. Okay, this function has been changed. Right, x1 dot sort of reverse equals to true. So by using sort function in the brackets reverse is equals to true, we can sort the value in descending order. Now I'm going to print. It has been sorted in the descending order. Now if I want to sort the list in ascending order, sort reverse equals to false. Print of x1. So it has been sorted in the ascending order and this is the descending order. So this way we can sort our list if it is jumbled up and we want to arrange it systematically. Now we can use this sort function also with if we have some characters. Right now we practice with numbers. Now I can use the was a dog, cat, pen, and book. sort of reverse is equals to true. Print x1. So whenever we write reverse is equals to true, it arranges in descending order. So this is the descending order with P, D, C, and B. Now x1 dot sort this is the ascending order. If I have x equals to A, B, C, D. So this is the list. Now if I want the whole list to get reverted, we can use reverse function to reverse the whole list. So we can write x1 dot reverse of and then print. So this way how reverse function works. It just reverses the whole list. Now we have one more function which is copy. Suppose I have A equals to in the list I have 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 3, then print of A, got A. Now if I have B equals to A dot copy. All I want is whatever I have saved the list in the variable A, I want that whole list copied in the B list. So what I'll do is A dot copy of and then print. If I print B, all the list that has been stored in variable A has been copied to B. So whenever we are printing B, we are getting the same output as the A output, as the A variable. Now we saw delete and remove function. There is one more function which is pop. Pop also we can use to remove only. So if we have x is equals to 10, 20, 30, and print of x1 dot pop. So pop function we are going to remove the values, but what is it is going to do is it is by default going to remove if suppose like I am leaving the empty bracket, okay, and then printing. So it is removing the 50th position. It is giving us the output 50. Now if I print 50 has been permanently removed from the list x1. As we left the bracket empty, so empty bracket if we give the pop function, it is going to by default remove the last value or last term from the list. We can put the values as well. Suppose if I write x1 print x1 dot pop of, I can write the position from where I want to remove. So I can write the position second. It is removing the 30th. Now if I print 30 and 50 has been permanently removed. So this is how pop function works. So I think this was all about the list function. So till now we just have discussed the list function itself. So I think it was all clear. Now I'm going to continue with tuple. Okay. So tuple is basically the form, one of the forms of data structures that are present in Python. So what tuple has is, if you have created a tuple, you will not be able to change that. Like if I have created one tuple which is x1. Now one more thing, uh, when we did the single valued variable, we use the circle, like the round brackets. When we did the list, we use the square bracket. And whenever we are going to work with tuple, we are again going to use the round brackets. So tuple is also created with round brackets. If I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, I'm going to print x1. Now I can fetch whatever value that I want to fetch with x1 in the round bracket, 0th position, 10. If I want to print x1 in the brackets, -1 is going to give us the last value. If I print x1, 2, 30. So we can fetch the values, okay. But we cannot, I'm saying we cannot change the values if we are working with tuple. Whenever, like, as I added the hashtag here, it has been turned into Italian mode. So what happens is, whenever you are writing any codes or command, and if you want to write any comment, so that you, whenever you open that code or command later on, you remember that why you wrote that code, so you can simply put the hashtag and write whatever you want to write. Like I'm writing tuple. Tuple is what it is. If we create, once tuple is created, not, this is basically a tuple, and we have created a tuple, we can fetch the value. But what I'm saying is, if we have created, we cannot delete this tuple or update this tuple or replace this tuple. So to try that, what we can do, create one more tuple x1, creating tuple inside tuple with 111, 112, by getting the output. Now if I write delete function with del x1, And suppose if I want to delete the value which is present in the second position, which is 30. If I want to remove 30, I'm going to put the position which is 2. Tuple object does not support item deletion. Meaning if we have created the tuple, I cannot delete the tuple. So delete function does not work with tuples. Likewise, we did with remove function as well if you want to remove anything. So I can write x1 dot remove. In the remove function, suppose I'm just taking this whole tuple, the tuple inside which is present in the tuple. I'm just taking that whole tuple and I'm writing the value 111. Whenever we are using the remove function, we need to write that exact value. Same error. We cannot remove this. It's giving us the same output, which is tuple object has no attribute remove. So remove does not work here. The delete object does not work here. Now we can try with insert as well. Now x1 dot insert. Now whenever we are using insert function, first we need to write the position. Position is 2, and at the second position I need to write 20 or suppose 200. Attribute error is it has no attribute insert. So all these functions, we cannot use these functions that we did in list in tuple. Tuple does not support these functions. Okay, so right now I'm making a list, and in that list I am going to add a tuple. So after 40, writing 12, 13, 14, 50, 60. Fetching the second. So at the second position, 30 is present, it is fetching us the 30. Now if I use the delete function with del abc, 0, 1, 2, 3, tuple is present at the fourth position. Let's try with fourth position because tuple is present right now in the list. So delete abc 4. Okay, let's try with this first. So right now the tuple has been removed from the list. So what happens is whenever we want to, whenever we are working with list, we can delete the tuple. But if I try to update that tuple, I won't be able to update that tuple. Suppose I write Now I'm planning to update this whole tuple. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3, fourth position. Is what is present in the list, but if we try to update that tuple that is present in the list, we won't be able to do that. So this was all about tuple. um I would now stop my screen sharing and ask the questions if you have any questions. Does anyone have any questions whatever we did today? Please ask the questions. Okay, so I'm hoping that nobody has any questions. So today we did the third data structure, which was tuple. The last data structure, which is dictionary, is left, which we are going to continue from tomorrow. I hope whatever we did today, everyone was able to get that what we did today.
I think so. They understood completely.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So I'll share the file